Hello everyone. We'll talk about the techniques for risk management framework in today's video. Yes, what are the various techniques that we can incur so to avoid any catastrophic damages? So first and foremost, we need to understand why should we keep on talking about risk. Risk is something that we face and we face it day in, day out. Observation organizations will observe that risk is in pursuit of meeting set objectives. Remember to raise awareness that we all have to manage risk as a part of our daily working lives as well as our personal lives. So it is imperative. In fact, if we are living today, we are living with fighting of the odds to live. It is risky everywhere. The moment an organization sets an objective or sets a goal, the risk creeps in. Why? Because the objectives might not be fulfilled, or even if the goals once achieved may not be achieved in totality. So there is risk associated around here. A wonderful video, if you can just pause this video right now and you will see where this is my YouTube link. You watch this video, it's a wonderful video regarding risk. Risk is present, and believe me or not, it is present everywhere. What we do, there is a risk. And if we do not do anything, there's always a risk of ourselves getting redundant. Anything that could harm, prevent, delay, or enhance your ability to achieve your objective. It is uncertain that the surrounds the future events and outcomes. ISO 3000, 31000, the international standard for risk management, defines it that the risk is nothing but it is equal to the effect of uncertainty of your objectives. Remember, objectives being not being able to achieve. Risk, if it can be treated as a threat and also as an opportunity, it is the point of view or the point of view that you want to see across with. Other pressures, there is a greater transparency, better governance, better ethical standards, need for early warning system, demand for higher quality services, and new legislation. System reforms and project management, there are pressures. Remember, this is what risk is associated all about it. Greater transparency, better governance, better ethical standard, need for EWS, early warning system, demand for high HQS, higher quality services, new legislation, system reform, and so on. So, wrong assumptions about risk. Risk is something about finances or insurance to worry about. Risk comes up with an agenda once a year. Risk management is just another layer of unnecessary bureaucracy. Risk management is all about downside and not creation of value. Risk is compliance issues, thereby, as the case might be. So, what do we know about risk management? Risk management is a part of our life, everyday life. Let's say I want to cross the road. Risk is of getting run over. Let's say we want to manage our finances. Risk of going broke is always there. Let's say we are purchasing of an insurance. The risk of fire, risk of theft, the risk of storm will always exist. Choosing to smoke, we are risking cancer. We are going for a swim, we might be risking drowning. The choice we make is the choosing to accept this risk as a part of what we are or who we are. Definition, the ISO or International Risk Management, International Standard for Organizations, International Organization for Standard and International Risk Management, coordinated activities to direct and control an organization with regards to risk. It generally includes risk assessment, treatment, acceptance, and communication contained in ISO 31,000. The risk management definition, a process whereby organization methodologically addresses the risk associated with their activities with the goals of achieving the sustained benefit within each activity in a cross portfolio for all the activities thereby. The risk management, international expectations are now that all organizations should identify, evaluate, and manage their key risks and assess how they have been controlled. International expectations are now that all organizations should also ensure that they are regularly reviewed and on an appropriate cyclical basis. International expectations are now that all organizations should have a regular board level reviews of reports on risk management and internal control. Risk management, and that risk management and internal control should be embedded in the operation of the organization. It should be embedded Two, we are capable of responding to the changing risk it faces. It should include procedures for reporting major weaknesses immediately to appropriate levels of management as the case might be. Risk management. Let me state what United Kingdom is, is mandating. In UK, all public bodies have been told it is important that the authorities have arrangement in place for reviewing both the nature and the severity of risk. Such a review should not be too obviously tangible. Risks such as arson, vandalism, and other damage to property. Risk management should be an integral part of an authority's overall strategy, thereby risk management. It went on to add what has been required. In order to be successful, it is likely that the approaches would be cross-departmental, interdisciplinary, and senior management will demonstrate the activities thereby. How does risk management help increase risk awareness of their understanding? Allows intelligent informed risk decision making, focus on effort, help prioritizing. Is proactive, not reactive in nature. Prepare the risk as and then when they happen. In fact, if possible, before they happen. Improve outcomes, achievement of objectives, enables accountability, transparency, and responsibility, and maybe even survival. The key terms the risk is all about exposures, exposures to a chance of hazard. Risk level as a measure of to represent the significance of the risk. Control action that should be eliminated or reduce the risk level. Residual risk level after implementing the controls, risk response, and action on the risk, whether to accept or not to accept. So believe me, in a project, in a customers, in a corporate world, who all are involved in the risk? The customer, definitely yes. The end user, the end consumption, definitely yes. The project team, obviously yes. The senior management, an integral part of the risk portfolio, related project teams and vendors and supply. Every stakeholder associated with a project would be supposedly associated with risk. So when do we go for risk management? It is a continuous process. It's not a question of when. It is always done. Starts from the proposal stage and ends at the completion stage. Review stages, business case analysis, project approval, project planning, technology, tools, vendor selection, project status reviews, deployment and maintenances. I'll sign off by this giving it a simple framework. Remember, step number one is all about establishing objectives. Step number two is to identify the risk and mechanism to control it. Step number three is assessing the risk and the control mechanism. Step number four is to take, evaluate, and action. Implement your strategies. The last but not the least is keep on monitoring and keep on reporting whatever has been happening. We are talking about communication, learning, and improving. It's a continuous process and a never-ending cycle possibly to mitigate risk. With this, I sign off from this video. Thank you for watching this video till the end.